This is Jay Success, CEO of Press Play, and I'm rocking with T&B Films, and this is More Than Music.
Jay Success. Got you in that hot seat, man.
Oh, man.
I mean, everybody know who you are. Everybody know you were the man behind Press Play. But everybody don't know is, how did you start Press Play? How did that all come about?
Press Play started March 2nd, 2007. Just as a small booth at Northland, and like the story, right? Like how we came about.
Yeah, because you came from nowhere, honestly. I mean, everybody knew it used to be, Gennaro had his little booth with the studio, and then you ended up coming along with just the music. So, like, we want to know, how did you get the inspiration to even want to deal with it?
Well, how everything happened was I was doing an internship with Gennaro. And it was Gennaro, and there was this other booth down the hall that used to sell like different products. So I was working there, and I seen Gennaro. He only wanted to like really focus on his project. And like I said, I was doing an internship. I was selling a gospel CD at the time. So other guy was selling everything. Used to see a lot of local artists coming through. You know what I'm saying? And I just really put two and two together when Press Play started, because I seen where music was going. This was before it was Facebook and MySpace, and I just seen the wave of when iTunes was coming and what needed to be done, because you had Gennaro booth, which with the recording studio, then you had Mac booth, and his booth was cool, it did what it did, but his was like ghetto, and Gennaro only wanted to focus on his product, but I wanted to put two and two together, plus take it to another step. So once I, graduated from school, Press Play opened.
So what makes Press Play different from, the other two booths or any other type of outlet here in the city?
Well, we known for pushing independent music, the Detroit movement, and I gotta give that credit to my man's Dame. Shout out to Dame, you know what I'm saying? And this More Than Music, so I'm gonna give y'all, the whole everything. Like, I had wanted to push like underground music, and my boy Dame came along like 13 days after we opened. We from the same hood, we from Dexter, so he just came right in. He saw what was going on, he started working. I came from school, because I was like finishing up that year, and he came in, he was working. Like, I just came there, I seen him working, and we just started pushing it. And Gennaro was still open, and the other booth was still open, and they ended up getting raided. So, and I'm kind of progressing down the story or whatever, so about a month, 2 months later, they ended up getting raided. I'm talking about the feds was in the mall, it was crazy. So we had mixtapes, but we still had a couple of projects. We had like 17,000, Stretch Money, like Made West. So Dame took every questionable product that was a mixtape, because back in 07, mixtapes ain't how they is now, where the record companies push them, they free and all this. It was like mixtapes was still kind of illegal a little bit, so he put all Detroit stuff on there, and we did that for like 2 weeks. And we always sold Detroit music, but we really started pushing it from that point. And by Dame being an artist and me doing the business stuff, it just made perfect sense, because Dame's whole thing was like, yo, I'm an artist, I know how it is, this, that outlet, and I always wanted to push the local music, but I was setting up to do like the mixtapes and do a lot of underground music or whatever, and then slowly build on it, because you gotta have the relationships with the independent artists. But he was real adamant about making sure that got popping immediately by him being the artist, and the Detroit for Life movement, and that was where the independent artist music, that's where it was born and where it started. And from there, it was just like building relationships and going after the artists, because we didn't have really nobody, you know what I'm saying? I remember going to Big Block, and talking to Lady Blade and getting my first, putting the CDs in my book bag and just really building these solid relationships. And Dame building the relationships that the people that he was working with, because Dame knew a lot of people, and it just started making perfect sense to have that as a key element, because it wasn't, you couldn't bring a mixtape to a record store. Like, nobody would accept it without a barcode and none of that. So we just became the outlet and just kept on building on it.
So when you lost Dame, how did that feel? I mean, because you just basically said that he was basically a longtime friend.
Yeah, he was a friend, and me and him we played off each other well with the business, and it hurt, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was tough because it just happened unexpectedly, and we just, like, the thing that hurt so bad about it was, people in the city, they have a hard time, like, getting along and working together and just doing stuff. But me and Dame, like, we wasn't the best friends all the time with business. And just through the years of us working and getting into arguments, and it was like a real business relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, just growing and just understanding each other. And we finally got to the point where we got on the same page with business, and we was just moving, and then everything just started flowing so well. And I would say it probably wasn't even a month or 2 months, and he just passed. And it was like, we was planning on doing a whole bunch of stuff, so it hurt more to me because, like I said, in the city and the D, it's hard for two people to get along, you know what I'm saying? It's hard for people to do business, it's hard for people to really get money together. So when that relationship really happened legitimately, it hurt me. It hurt me a lot because that was my man's, and he would always have been my man, but for us to be on the same page, it was like, it still hurt, you know what I'm saying?
For those people that don't know, like, I mean, it's a lot of rumors, a lot of different type of talk on the streets about what happened to him. Can you elaborate on what really happened to him so we can actually clear up what the people are saying?
Well, it's a lot of different stories, man. You can actually go online, you know what I'm saying, Damon Nolan, but it's just, I just heard, man, he got hit by a car on the freeway, you know what I'm saying, just out of respect to, his peoples and all that. It is a couple of stories, you know what I'm saying, that happened, but just out of respect to that, man, the news aired something, and all I'm gonna say is that, he got hit by a car, and that's it.
All right, well, we're gonna jump off that subject, like it's kind of touching, but let's say, you know what? There's a lot of things that I've heard in the street, as me doing what I do about Jay. I heard you were the start of a lot of people's careers. Like, I noticed that you helped push the Dope Boys a lot. I see that you got behind Team Eastside, and you never really got credit for that. How do you feel that do you actually feel that you are a reason or a cause of them being to where they are today?
Well, it's more than music. Give y'all, my synopsis of the situation and answer your question. Like, back when the Dope Boys had started, it was, I knew Dope Boy We and AY. They used to throw parties together. AY, that's my man, King AY on Twitter and all that, but he used to walk around the mall all the time, and we used to see him, and he used to have all his jewelry on and these Cardis, and something just told me, like, kick it with my mans, you know what I'm saying? Used to see him and Dope Boy walk around passing out their flyers. So I just talked to him, and come to find out, he was like, man, I'm about to sit down for a minute, you know what I'm saying? So around that time, we built the real, we talked for like 3 hours, just on music, everything. And then that opened up the relationship with Dope Boy. He had already heard about us, but he was bringing the CD. And what ended up happening was when the CD dropped, it was like, it was crazy. So many people was blowing up my phone. Like, it was a lot of groups that came and was popular, and people was on the radio, but it was something that I never seen before. Just people calling the phone, people coming up there. It was like mad support. So I wouldn't say on the Dope Boys, I'm not taking credit for their work, you know what I'm saying? I was just the first person to jump on it, and we was the outlet. It was perfect timing for them. It was perfect timing for us. So we saw the buzz before anybody could see it, and we had the right outlet so that people can come up there and support what they was doing. So with that happening, we pushed it. You know what I'm saying? Detroit for life. You know, just like when Dame saw it, he was at the store at that time doing most of the management. He would push it. Any artist, you know, that's why so many people in the city had love for him, because he would push the music, he would listen to it, he would give artists advice. I would too, but he was at operations at the store every day while I was building, handling the business, part of the business. So we got the jump on it, and it was just embracing that love and pushing it and trying to introduce them. That's the type of person that I am. You know what I'm saying? Try to push them and lead them in the right direction. So I would say we had to jump on it. And, you know, you definitely want credit, but that's what Press Play is about. You know what I'm saying? It's like we want to have that opportunity where we get the first dibs on it so that people that do come, we can get that recognition down the road. Like, I would like, you know what I'm saying, to get that, but it's like a lot of people that came, you know what I'm saying, like Mustard shot their first video, Most Hated DVD. You know, he put the visuals out, and there's a lot of people that came and did, you know what I'm saying, different stuff, you know, T&B, Moolah, you know, that did different stuff and contributed to a lot of people's career. But speaking on the Dope Boys and Team Eastside, we had to jump. You know what I'm saying? It was a little bit different with Team Eastside, because when Team Eastside came, you know, it was like, it wasn't really a buzz, but it was perfect time for an Eastside movement to happen. So again, you know, we met up, and it was just like, yo, this need to happen. We need to see if we can do this again, because, you know, like Jay say, you know, make another hove. So it's like, okay, making another hove, we about to push this next group and create this whole East Side, help create this whole East Side situation. So we was pushing it, we pushed it, and it worked. So it's like, you want that credit, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's people that still, you know, it's gonna be people that come that's gonna be hot, from groups to individual artists that's gonna be hot. And that's the whole point of Press Play, and that's the whole point of having the Detroit movement, is that you can have a vehicle where somebody can look at what you're doing and buy your CDs and have an outlet, just like, you know, what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all providing the visuals so y'all can have a video that changed the game. But do you get recognition all the time? You don't get recognition. It could probably never get a thanks for it, but that's the whole point of having that outlet. And, you know, we both made good money, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? So we made money, they made money. It's all good. I ain't tripping.
So, out of the whole time you've been doing this, what is the most important thing that you will never let go as far as on the business side of Press Play? Like, what I'm saying is, like, what is the most, like, what have you learned?
You know what I'm saying? Like, constant. You gotta keep pushing. You know, when you're dealing with the streets, like, you gotta make sure that your credibility, your name is everything. So, constant grind, your name is everything. Do what you say you're gonna do. If you can't do it, don't do it. Don't try to do too much. You know what I'm saying? When people get in business and you get that momentum, then you wanna do this, you wanna try that, you wanna do this. That's cool to try stuff, but don't try to do too much, because it'll just come back, and it's like, stick to what you're doing. So, you know, even with us pushing our company, it's stuff that, you know, we didn't learn. We didn't try a whole bunch of different stuff, did a whole bunch of different stuff, but, you know, yeah, so.
So right now, who's the hottest selling CD in Press Play?
Oh, man, there's a lot of stuff, man. We got Loud Boy and Kane, Team Eastside, Dope Boy still consistent. You asked for what's hot, like, what's buzzing. I'm trying to think, because it's usually like what come in your head. Cash Out should be banging right now. Cash Out is banging. The video Venoms is popping, but I'm trying to think, man, like, what's really jumping out that's banging, and there's nothing that's like coming to my head. It's like, man, this is selling off the shelf.
So in your eyes, especially because you like basically on the other side of the situation, like, because you're not an artist, do you think Detroit is moving more than it was last year or the year before, as far as in the music line?
I think we coming together way more. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at a Big Sean video, you got Shan and Jeweler in there, you got the Dope Boys in there, you got cameos from like a lot of different people. You know, say it ain't town. Like, I think the movement is really coming national with people that's moving in the city. So I see it, you know what I'm saying? I see it definitely. I see it moving, you know, so I don't know. I think it's moving. You know, people got that. But me personally, I see us moving nationally. I see a lot of good things popping. You got Mo Beats. You got artists going on tour. You got Trig. He going on tour. I see stuff popping. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
So what's up with that rumor that everybody say Jay don't like to pay?
Man, hit me with that one. It's not that I don't like to pay. I mean, who honestly always like to pay money? At the end of the day, it's like I need to pay more on time. But somebody that come and they say, yo, I need this money, I got this consignment. We haven't perfected a system because we try checks, but people don't have an account. Cash, my accountant don't want me to do cash. So throughout the thing, by me being at the store doing management, situations get handled way quicker than when I have other managers, or Dame will be that person like, man, chill out, or get that person out of here, or make sure I stop what I'm doing. But I just learned to not be so busy and make sure that whatever issue, I gotta handle it. You know what I'm saying? So it's not that people don't get paid, it's just that people don't get paid on time. And that's just an issue of missing people and coming up to the mall and they gone and they missing me. So I've been really pushing, like making sure that not only do I keep the inventory together, because we deal with like 300 different projects. So, I mean, it'd be hard sometimes, you know what I'm saying? You gotta stop, you gotta go get the count at different stores, and people don't understand the whole schematics of how press play work, and we got a POS. So it seemed like it should be simple because you drop off the 10, 20 CDs, and then when they sell, you come get a check. But it's like, I've been really focused on pushing the product because I don't want to be out of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I make sure that I'm on top of that, you know? You just gotta be on top of it. It's a day-to-day. Like, I just left the mall, like, they had to put me out. I was there till 11, 17 doing inventory. So handling the issue helps out with making sure that people get paid. It's just, when it's slow, call the artist. They gonna be good, because I talk to the artist. Even if I ain't got the cheese, I call, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a bag, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't got it, you just let people know. You communicate with people and stay in the communication. And I've been good, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no artist that can come and, you know, you can look at the Instagram, Press Play World, and people see me everywhere. And if it's a problem, I handle that problem. We sit down like business people and we get that problem handled. So it hasn't been none of that. If we owe somebody, we pay.
So what can we expect from
and can I tell you who's selling? Because it just popped in my head.
Yeah, who's selling? Oh,
Vezo is banging. Like, I've been doing, you know, 2 seconds on that. Vezo been out here since like 07, 08. And Mustard, you know, when he was telling me he about to start pushing Vezo, it's like, man, I ain't really believe that he was gonna pop it. I just thought Mustard was being Mustard and talking. But dude, Vezo banging. So
he's the top selling in press play?
Yeah, he's banging. We couldn't keep the clarity, you know what I'm saying? It's banging. This other CD, they gave it away, you know, but we gave it away too. But Vezo, very proud of Vezo.
So what can we expect from Press Play in 2013? Like anything different?
Yeah, we get in the store. We focusing on more web, pressplayworld.com, where you can put the music online. You can sell it online. You can let people download it for free if you want. You can even let people listen to it if you want to be exclusive. We focusing on merchandising, you know what I'm saying? We focusing on you being able to do the total process from recording at Press Play, getting it mixed and mastered at Press Play, getting your promo CDs pressed up, getting your merchandising, getting connected with the right people in the city and worldwide, and just having a whole movement where you can do everything besides just bring your product up here and sell it. So that's what we're doing.
So what is it that you want the world to know about Jay's success? Like, what is it that they don't know that you want them to know and they probably need to know about yourself?
Man, that, you know, come from the bottom just like everybody else, but I don't care if you're privileged, if you got pull in the city, if you got money, I'll grind you. And I'm grinding with everybody that's working and won't stop. You know what I'm saying? This is a constant grind, and some people built for this, and some people not built for this. This is what, you know, this is what we do. Press play, this is what I do. So you will not outwork me. I don't care. I'm grinding. So, success over everything. And it's about this wealth.
So Jay, tell us about those. Tell us about those altercations
We rolling?
at Press Play, man. Like, what be going on? I know people be coming in there pissed off, but
Man, we done got into it with everybody, man. People that got into it, man. You know, I don't want to throw no names out there, but I'm going to just tell you that I done had disagreements with everybody in the city, and I'm going to say something about disagreements. Like, when you're doing business, it's not going to be perfect. And it's like, at the end of the day, if you can sit down and talk like business, man, and get the problem solved, they got a problem or you got a problem, and y'all can work towards a solution, then you're going to win, because it ain't about nothing personal, it's about business. So, man, just like I get into it with Dame, man, me and Dame will argue and fight, and then be at the mall and count, you know, some money at the end of the shift. So same thing with artists. Got into it with artists and witnessed two artists getting into it with each other and trying to solve a situation. So it didn't happen a couple times. So
how is it working with Gennaro though? Like,
man, me and Gennaro, we good, man. We on that page, man. Like, it took a long time, man. Like, he was a boss, you know what I'm saying? He hired me. I was an intern in his business. And then, you know, things have switched. And he working with Press Play. And this is crazy because that taught me that, you know, anybody that just had me have, like, total respect for the people that I not only work with as far as artists, but the people that work for the company. Because, you know, you can end up working for, you just don't know how the table's gonna turn. So it just, you know, people would think it's a big situation, like, oh man, Gennaro work for your company. But to me, it's like, I look at it like, man, it's a blessing. It humbled me because it can happen. Like 10 years, you don't know what's gonna happen, who gonna make the moves that's gonna put you on top, and you gonna need a favor or something, not even a favor, but just to work with that person. So to me, it's like, it could just 360, and you just better treat your people right and the people that you work with, so that they can give you that opportunity to put you down. Because he had his studio, but now he able to do he did his first movie, he doing the second movie, he selling a lot of product, he doing the engineering at 2 studios. They nice studios, like real nice recording studios, top of the line, and the studio's doing good, and it's a beautiful situation, man. Like I said, at first, man, people be thinking Gennaro crazy, you know, but I mean, we cool, man, and we got a relationship, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a good business relationship, and we A1, man.
is it true that he said he sold all them CDs?
Yeah, Gennaro slangs, man. Like, he a grinder, man, and he push music. You know, he been selling, man. I remember him, like, man, about 10, 11 years ago, man, he was selling on the streets. I used to sell CDs on the streets. Then he was selling inside the store at the mall. He got a history, and he been out here, man. And he done work with a lot. Everything he say, you know what I'm saying? It's A1. I worked under him, and I did my own research and talked to people, and just to make sure, because, you know, people talk in the city all the time, and he flipped records, you know what I'm saying? We got our arrangement. We get a lot of money together, and he pushed CDs. Like, he lives like office. And if you don't mind, just so I can talk about independent artists, because people in the city want to talk about people that got a buzz, and they feel like the people in the city that got a buzz is the people that's relevant. But it's people like Tone, it's people like Gennaro, it's people like K-Deezy that they on the radio, they got their respect, but they may not be as hot as like the Dope Boys or the Team East Side. But I respect these people because they make a living. Now, I don't know the behind the whatever on what people do, but from what I see, Jay Success, Press Play, these people make a living off of what they do. So I respect these people that wake up every day and they go hard on their craft and they make a living. So you don't have to be the hottest person, but if you're making a living, making music, and you doing what you love to do, you can be at the strip clubs every day, you can pop bottles, you can feed your kids. I respect that, and that's what Gennaro do. He make a living off his music.
All right, if you got to tell them one more thing about Jay or just something about Press Play, what would it be?
We're gonna change the world. That's what we're gonna do.